You don't have to ask me to shoot. I mean, welcome to the Robert Ace McCarrick dedication. My name is Michael Hinojosa. I am the Director of Parks and Recreation. I'll be your MC for the night. We'll have a couple of speakers after me, Robert Mara and John McCarrick. So I will, and I'll be quick too. But I just want to talk a little bit about Ace and what he meant to me. What I can tell you right now, and looking out at this crowd, is how proud Ace would have been to have this many friends, and the amount of people that called me that couldn't make it is really a tribute to that man. I mean, it just I got to spend a couple of years with him when I first started at Parks and Recreation, and just honestly, every day was a treat. There was a joke. There was always a piece of chocolate, as you guys know. Nothing like showing up to a Monday night basketball game and Ace go, looks like you need a piece of chocolate. And there was always some candy on the thing. He had us on a wild goose chase one day. We walked in and Ace is like, oh, can you help that woman? You know, she's at the counter, you know, and we went to the counter. Of course, there's nobody there. And, you know, we're like, Ace, and she's there. And we looked all over the building for about a half hour. And of course, you know, he's giggling in the background. And, you know, that was my day with Ace all the time. So, but the reason that we're here tonight, for many of you and for the people who are here, certainly know that what Ace did for the city of Revere and the community. Back in the 80s and 90s, he was the guy. Every night on these basketball courts, and they probably sat 200 feet away, the original Hill Park, but there was no shortage of 20 men's basketball teams going on every night down there. And we're not talking about regular basketball, we're talking about A-list basketball players, right? While that was going on, he was also running a 20-team softball league. I mean, to put schedules like that, to be down here every night and do it for the amount of time that he did it was just extraordinary. So, and I think that that's the reason that you're here. And that's the reason that there are so many generations that are here tonight, because he did it for over 40 years. And nobody can say, or I certainly don't have what Ace had to do it for 40 years. And do it without really any thanks. Just knowing that the league was going to be there over and over and over again, and all the work that he did in the background. So I just wanted to thank everybody here, thank everybody for coming. You know, I did have one little thing that I did write down, but Ace used basketball for his generosity and kindness. So, and everybody here knows that. So, without any further ado, Robert Mara. Sorry, it's my first time emceeing, so I do apologize as these thoughts come into my head. I would just like to thank a couple of the elected officials for coming down. Ira Novoselsky, Steve Morabito. Senator Edwards has sent down a representative. Thank you, Senator Edwards, for sending down a representative. Sorry, I do have one more thing. We do have basketball games going on tonight, and I do want to make a special thank you to John Leone. So, for most of you that know John, he really is following in Ace's footsteps. A lot of basketball, a lot of softball, doing the same types of things that Ace was doing. And I hope Ace is looking down on us saying that we're still doing a very good job. So thank you, John. Robert Mara.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here on behalf of Acting Mayor Keefe. He is on vacation and did not want to miss this event tonight, and expresses his thanks to the fellow members of the City Council that approved the communication from Michael to name these courts after Ace McCarrick. On behalf of Mayor Keefe, Acting Mayor Keefe, I would say this. When you dedicate a public facility such as this, it's an occasion of reflection, appreciation, and recognition. We reflect on the contributions of the individual who we honor. We express our appreciation for his life's accomplishments, and we bestow a lasting tribute in recognition of them. Today we name these basketball courts in honor of our dear friend Robert McCarrick, known to everybody as Ace. Is there a more perfectly appropriate facility to bear the name Ace McCarrick? I doubt it. To these basketball courts will come athletes of all ages and skill levels, playing this international sport while portraying all of Revere's rich ethnic diversity. They will come here to practice their game, to compete, to enjoy the simple pleasure of watching a shot from beyond the three-point arc swish through the net. It's a place of growth, of physical challenge, where friends become adversaries when they line up for a jump ball, and friends again when the game is over. It's the kind of place Ace McCarrick would have loved. Yes, he was a basketball player. But what distinguishes his life, what makes him worthy of tonight's honor, is the way he devoted his life to the people of this city who loved to play sports, especially basketball. His was a basketball life. From the time he roamed the courts as a star for the Immaculate Conception High School back in the 50s, through his years of coaching at Immaculate, at Revere High, at Dom Savio, at Pope John, his over 35 years as a basketball referee, the years he devoted to creating and overseeing basketball leagues in this city that welcomed thousands of boys and girls during the nearly 50 years that he administered the leagues. It wasn't just basketball. He was a catalyst and an advocate for Revere's women's softball. He was an umpire for Revere's men's softball league, and he had his hand in pretty much every sports program that came out of the Revere Parks and Recreation Department since the 1970s. But basketball. To paraphrase the iconic speech of the James Earl Jones character in the movie Field of Dreams, the one constant through all the years has been basketball. Yes, the games played on this court, on these courts, are part of Revere's past and part of Revere's future. From now on, everybody who dribbles a ball or steals a pass or takes a shot on these courts will do so with the name and spirit of Ace McCarrick pacing the sideline. All you who will play here, listen carefully for that spirit, and I'll bet you'll pick up a point or two to improve your game. On behalf of Acting Mayor Keefe, thank you.
John, come on up.
Go there.
Time's not up. Wow. I can't believe it. I honestly cannot believe this. All you people coming here, it is overwhelming. I'm talking to you individually. Each and every one of you. The effort to come here is just so satisfying for all of us. I want to welcome you. But I also want to tell you, off script, a story. It's not the easiest place to get to, Revere, on Thursday night, right? 5 o'clock, about 25, 30 years ago, my father and I were driving down Broadway at a red light, and all of a sudden he said, you know what? I think I had it all wrong. Revere didn't need many basketball courts, softball fields, football fields, tennis courts. We needed more bike lanes. So indulge me to 20 seconds. Shut your eyes. Trust me, we have enough muscle here that no one's going to take anything. Shut your eyes. And picture him in his bike, driving down Winter Ave past the Little League station, Little League field, going to the worst intersection in the state. He's got tight black pants on, maybe a onesie, a helmet, and his bike shoes on. He goes up to Suffolk Downs, not for a race, but to go in and just hear the pitter-patter of his shoes at the Starbucks where he orders a grande latte. Honestly, it's just, I don't know how else to explain how special this is for you guys. I want to thank a whole host of people very quickly. Some of Revere's best made this night happen. Lenny Olandela, where is he? Peter O, Peter D, and Mike Hinojosa. These guys push this through. They're the best that Revere has to offer. They represent us with extreme pride and is so happy that they're carrying on this tradition. I also want to thank Mike Hinojosa, and for those of you who don't know this, he has done an exceptional job with the Parks Department. Exceptional. Carrying on with different sports, different activities, and you deserve a round of applause as well. I want to acknowledge my family, my wife, my 2 daughters, my sisters, my son, my brother-in-law, my grandkids, his great grandkids, excuse me. They would be so proud to have something like this to remember and to acknowledge his work is just fantastic. And to all of you, without you, all of you guys, standing up back there, the all-star team, the family, his legacy does not happen. He sincerely loved being here, watching all of you play each night, but more importantly, just chatting and laughing with each and every one of you. Ace was here 5 nights a week for 4 games each night. Something tells me my mother loved her peaceful and quiet summer nights. She was so looking forward to this night, but the big guy had some different plans a couple of weeks ago. I know she has a better seat right now watching with Ace and Andy, and they couldn't be happier. I believe there's a reason why Ace didn't direct us towards hockey. Number 1, he couldn't skate, and number 2, the equipment was too expensive. And we're so grateful for his decisions. Shirts, shorts, sneakers, and a ball are simple tools you need to play basketball. But what basketball represents to me, and I trust all of you, is much more than a game. To my dad, basketball was an opportunity to more than play a game. Just like his name, Ace. A, anyone and everyone. He created and supported an inclusive culture. C, community. He taught us that we all have a responsibility to enhance our community. E, excellence. His approach to this community was always all in. Creation of the Summer League on a lopsided court, as you alluded to, back in the late 70s behind Hill Park softball field, morphed into two beautiful basketball courts and tennis courts, and off he went. A leagues, B leagues, over 40 leagues, Monday night basketball, Thursday night basketball. Ace had his hand in all of them. But Ace also noticed, as mentioned, a huge void in the city's athletic offerings for females. It started the city's first girls hoop and softball leagues, because he believed that everyone deserved a chance to experience the joy of being part of a team and to thrive in that spirit of athletic competition. Which brings us here this evening to ensure that that endures forever for the next generations. Right behind us. In honor of Ace and behalf of everyone in this community, we have established the Ace Scholarship Fund that will provide financial support for the youth of the city so they too can create their own special moments. Memories I have of all of you. The friendships that go on, and our responsibility to give back to others. Please make sure, before we leave tonight, to leave your email in this sign-up sheet here or at the reception later at Domino's. I want to thank you again from the bottom of our heart. My sisters and myself are so proud of this event. And we are so very grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you. He would be so damn proud.
Way ball. All right. Without any further ado, hold on. I gotta climb a ladder.